G'day guys and welcome to a very late round review from myself. Last week we scored 2,194, which was a score which just could have been anything. Look, we're still in the top 4%, which isn't too bad. It is a very late upload. I've been absolutely flat out this week. I did a podcast with Jord and DR on his channel. We had a lot of fun. Pretty much discussed everything. We spoke about rookies and premiums and buy structures and a little bit of banter, and it was good to get together with the boys. So that is why I'm not going to do a rookie review this week. If you want to know anything, I'll just go check that out. The link will be right there in the description, and go have a look at that. See what you guys reckon, because it's worth the watch, and had a great time doing that. But back onto the video, top 4%, it's not too bad. I made a crucial mistake, and that was poor super coaching on my behalf. And you will see that pretty much in a moment once we get into the side. Now, this does revolve around the captaincy loophole, and it was one I butchered and didn't really back my gut or my common sense judgment. I had Lions as the VC in the Q clash, and that is a score. I think you scored, there you go, 138. And that you're taking that every day of the week. Gorn against Carlton, I thought, look, it's not too bad. It's not the end of the world. I might go Gorn. We'll see how we go. The reason I did that was because I couldn't find a loophole to cover for Lions. But little did I know, Waterman didn't actually end up playing, and he was my only hope. And so I was sort of forced to captain Gorn. But anyway, they're just mistakes you make. Well, we still did all right, and I think we did good moves. So, yes, instead of a trade last week, we actually double downgraded. I should say upgraded instead of a trade, and we double downgraded to Collier, Dawkins, and Poulter. So, I think pretty good moves. They look like they're going to be keepers for at least momentarily anyway. Look, rookies are dead at the moment. Another reason why I'm not uploading a rookie review this week, and I just simply haven't had the time. And lucky I've been so flat out in a week where we haven't had many good rookies. But anyway, I'll get stuck into the team. I'll be really short and sweet here because it has been a few days too late for myself. I'll try not to do that again. Look, backline really held its own. Look at these scores. It's exactly what you want from your premiums. Nothing under 95. That is perfect. You're taking that every day of the week. And Kazitsky, we got one last good score out of him before he's going to go this week. And look, I was asking a little bit more against North Melbourne. I'm not going to lie. But look, he's on the chop, 280k. He's just about maxed out. And I do have a very tasty plan for him. And many have followed myself, DR and Jord over a duration of time now. Will know exactly what those trade plans are from watching the podcast. So, I'll get through that very shortly. I'll have a quick look at the midfield as well. And once again, it's just going straight down to the forward line. It happens every week, but that's okay. So, Lions at M1, if you don't mind. I hyped him up so much in the podcast, and rightly so. Look, 630k for a reason. A contested ball-winning fantasy pig who was traded out by Adelaide to Gold Coast to be delisted and picked up for the price of a pack of Smith's chips, playing for Brisbane, and now he's probably leading their BNF. A Brownlow Smoky if he's not competing too much with McCluggage. But what a star he is. Just a contested ball-winning freak of a machine, and handles his own really well, especially in those dewy conditions. And it's just a bit biased for me that I'm sort of skipping over all these players and talking about Lions, but he's one that I really am happy with, and absolutely gutted that I didn't take that VC. I had Waterman down here, but that was just a mistake. I went to the Essendon game. I was a bit paranoid whether or not he would play and come off a stringer last minute. Didn't see who was in the room, so I sort of just played it safe. And I probably could have taken that risk and it would have paid off. But that's okay. I'll have a look at McRae. Yeah, pretty good. Being consistent, but not really a captaincy option. Clary Oliver plays Adelaide this week, so he's a VC option. He's in almost career high form. You can get him in whenever. And Jack Steele was I think that was a lucky score from him. Butchered a fair bit. Merritt was tagged by Sarong, and the rookies not as good as they were last week. A lot of blokes are trading Powell, and I'm not. I'm not in that camp. I'm going to bring up the podcast yet again because we just about covered everything there is to know about Supercoach at this point in time. And I had my own statement on Powell, and DR formally disagreed, and that's what made it so interesting because, Jord stated that they were both very good arguments. But, I'm holding Tom Powell momentarily. I think he's going to be very good to have on the field over that round 13 bye, where I've got Lyons, McRae, and Zeret who have that. So that's where Powell's going to be very good for me. And I've got Downey and Fife on the bench, which isn't too good either. So, and I think, Dawkins has that bye as well. So terrible coverage. I think I'm forced to hold Powell. But anyway, enough of that. Rucks it's just a bit of a cold patch from these two. And I have questioned whether or not they're good captaincy options. Of course they are. I mean, they're set and forget ruckman. You can only ask for so much. But, yeah, I've been burnt 3 weeks in a row by Gawn, just backing him in. And I keep captaining him because I just feel like he's due for a massive score, but hasn't seemed to be happening as of yet. So, look, 117, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but obviously that 125 rule or 130 rule, whatever, however risky you want to play it. Look, with Lions here, I would have banked that every day of the week, but I was so paranoid whether or not Waterman would actually play or not. I know it said he was an emergency, like right before the game, and then as soon as it locked out, they had the red dot next to his name saying he wasn't playing at all. So, yeah, I was really spewing about that, and thank God it pissed down rain in Melbourne because Gawn had a massive second half of that game against the Blues and a lot of stoppages. So, yeah, that's always nice. And Matty Flynn, I'm going to hold him as long as possible, ideally after round 14, I think, but I have plans for that anyway. And the forward line, nothing too flashy. Look, Zeebel's declining a little bit. What I will say about Zeebel, I know he's a keeper and he's 100% going to be a top 6 forward, but because we got him in so cheap, I'm not against the idea of trading him out and flipping someone like an Uber Premium that you missed in the midfield. That is a great move if you want to do that. But me, I feel like I've got a lot of blokes anyway, so I'm going to hold him for the rest of the season unless something really bad goes wrong. Impies, yeah, not too bad. It's just whatever. Dusty, superb. That's what we've been waiting for such a long time. He's been under hot water for the last month, and, yeah, he responded at Marvel Stadium against the Giants, which is always really good. Tears up against the Giants, and he plays Brisbane this week, and DR stated over the chat that we had a couple of nights ago that he has a great record against the Lions. So if you don't have Dusty in, 425k, he's not getting any cheaper. Jump on him right now, but a lot of blokes should have him anyway. And Rookie's really nice. Got good coverage here. I have not been able to get in Aaron Hall because I have so much coin to make. Like, it's not really worth trading out any of these blokes because they've still got incredibly low break-evens. So, yeah, I have left it at that. So, what are my trades for this week? Well, I decided it would be a good idea. I was just going to downgrade, but a double downgrade sounded a little bit more logical because, well, when good rookies come, you take them. And I'm glad I did that because there's no one on the bubble this week. And I was able to downgrade to Collier Dawkins and Poulter at their cheapest price. And I've banked 343k in doing that. So, what am I doing this week? Well, it's pretty straightforward, but we're chopping Cozzy. He's done a cracking job in my side this season. Of course, he's been a slow burn, but a couple of nice scores against those ordinary teams like your Adelaides and your North Melbournes. But his time's just about up, and it's time to say goodbye to Cozzy and trade in someone that I have needed probably all year. And I gave him the cold shoulder in my team reveal and my team updates and stuff, and he was one that I just should have started from the get-go. And I don't even need to scroll or look him up because he's right there in front of me at 550k. He's one Tom Stewart, who is Mr. Consistent, has had a couple of ordinary games, but that's why I'm getting him. Still got a high break even, it's like 130 something. So yeah, still going to lose a little bit of coin, but for 550k, look, I'm taking it. He's not going to go below 90, and he probably won't go over 120 either, but he's one that I really am excited to have in my team as well. So yeah, that completes the back line, and at the end of the day, I think I'm going to flip Laird into the midfield. That's going to be an ideal move, and then a last selection in Callum Mills. But that'd be probably the go, and yeah, we'll see how we go. I do have a little bit of a plan for the buyers, and I'll discuss that when the time comes, I suppose. I do have a very bad habit of uploading videos in prime time. So you guys can't see the time because I've cropped it out, but it is currently 4:30 p.m. and that's when you get home from school, you get home from work, and every man and his dog is on their phone, watching YouTube, catching up. So as a result, everyone is using the internet. That's why it is taking so bloody long to load. So I've done that probably like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and that's my bad because I'm a 7 to 3 type guy, full-time worker, so I'm in that camp where I only have a small window of uploading. So yeah, I will always have slow internet in a way unless I decide to upload in my own time, but I generally can't be stuffed. But look, while the internet really scrapes over the line, there we go, beautiful. We'll cap it off there. So a complete back line for now. I might flip Laird into the midfield and loophole Highmore and Mansell, but I simply don't have to. Like, I've got that advantage now, which is really nice. And before we cap it off, our trades for this, well, not trades, I don't know what I'm talking about. Been a really long day. Our captains for this week, we're going to VC Oliver. I know he plays relatively late, but he plays Adelaide and he scored 200 on them last year, and they just do not have an answer for him. And if you ever are indecisive about the captaincy, just ask myself or Jord's, because Jord's knows how Clary goes against his beloved Crom. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good move, and I'll just let the captaincy work itself out. I can't... Look how slow this internet. That is just disgraceful, isn't it? I can't even get out of that. Unbelievable scenes here. But yeah, I don't have the fixture in front of me at the moment. But yeah, I'll probably VC Gorn for... I don't know. I don't know who plays after him. I'm pretty sure... far out. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I know the Dogs play after Melbourne. I know that for a fact. So probably go Oliver for McRae. That's what I'm going to do this week. I know that took me a moment to figure it out, but so focused on this internet. I'm just going to finish this video off. Look, thank you guys for tuning into the channel. Thank you for the new subscribers. Since uploading that podcast, I have received 20 subscribers in the last 24 odd hours. And look, thank you guys so much for jumping onto the channel. I upload weekly content, and yeah, welcome aboard. I hope you do enjoy what I have to offer, and if there's any ideas or any questions that you guys want to know, just drop them down in the comments. I reply to virtually everyone. So yeah, thank you so much if you've just jumped on board and you've just joined the channel. I appreciate every single subscriber I get and all the likes and stuff. It means so much to me. So yeah, look, thank you guys for tuning in always, and yeah, thank yous for watching the podcast. And yeah, yet again, I'll put the link of that in the description. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next video.